In life and organizations alike, things can appear stable even as subtle pressures build beneath the surface. When operations or personal plans stall, the first instinct is often to look at immediate outcomes. What isn't working? But that only tells part of the story. Long-term patterns, underlying assumptions, and structural factors often reveal the real reasons momentum slows. Just as individuals experience shifts when habits, priorities, or relationships change, organizations also face systemic pressures. Understanding what causes a slowdown is essential to navigate challenges effectively. Sometimes the signals are subtle, yet critical for making informed decisions. The model. That once worked for decades, the organization thrived on a simple but powerful model. Teach, reach audiences, receive support, and use that support to expand further. Television, radio, conferences, and published books created a self-reinforcing cycle where content fueled engagement, engagement generated donations, and donations enabled more content. Over time, this flywheel produced consistent growth, creating financial surpluses and expanding global outreach programs. It seemed almost effortless from the outside. The model worked because each component reinforced the others. But like any system, it relied on momentum and predictable external conditions. When those conditions changed, cracks began to appear. Early signs of change. Small pressures often precede noticeable declines. Initially, the organization's programs continued to run, conferences remained well attended, and donations still flowed. But behind the scenes, revenue growth slowed while operational costs remained fixed or increased. The pandemic temporarily boosted donations as more people engaged online and sought stability. Once conditions normalized, however, that surge waned. The subtle tightening of margins went unnoticed until the numbers in financial reports reflected a sharp change. These early signs remind us that shifts in momentum rarely appear overnight. They often develop quietly, gradually affecting outcomes in ways that are difficult to detect. Shifting media and audience dynamics. One major factor was the changing media landscape. Television, once the primary vehicle for reaching and retaining supporters, has been losing audiences for years. Younger generations rarely commit to long-form scheduled programs, preferring short clips, podcasts, and social media, while digital platforms offer broad reach. Converting viewers into loyal supporters is more challenging. In addition, the core donor base has aged, and younger supporters exhibit different giving patterns. These changes reduce predictability, complicating financial planning. The organization's traditional flywheel, which relied on a consistent audience converting into steady monthly support, started to lose its momentum. Adapting to new media realities requires both innovation and patience. Rising operational costs. At the same time, operational costs increased. Studios, production teams, broadcast contracts, travel expenses, and salaries do not shrink when revenue slows. For large organizations, fixed costs dominate the budget. Even small fluctuations in income can create substantial financial pressure when infrastructure is expensive and complex. When revenue cooled while expenses remained high, surpluses began to erode. Financial reserves, once a cushion for stability, started being used to cover day-to-day operations. This is a natural response in a system built for growth but designed for a different media economy. Pressure builds quietly, and when it surfaces in reports, it often signals deeper structural issues. Financial shift and deficit. Recent filings show a dramatic change. Revenue fell to just over $104 million, while expenses climbed above $122 million. Creating an $18 million deficit. Compared to the $15 million surplus recorded 2 years earlier, this swing represents a $30 million shift in a short period. Net assets dropped significantly, as the organization began drawing from reserves and endowment funds. While operations continue, the financial story has changed. Reserves that once supported expansion now cover routine expenses, thinning the safety net. The numbers are not evidence of collapse, but indicate stress, pressure that forces reevaluation of strategies, priorities, and the sustainability of the existing system. Structural forces at play. The deficit is not an isolated event. It reflects broader structural forces. High fixed costs, changing audience behavior, and evolving donor patterns create an environment where traditional growth models struggle. Dependence on a central figure adds another layer of complexity. Leadership, identity, and organizational culture were built around a single voice that inspired trust and loyalty. Succession planning and leadership transition can create uncertainty for supporters. Even well-governed systems feel the effects of such dependence. Pressure is rarely caused by one factor alone. Instead, multiple forces interact, gradually eroding momentum. Recognizing these underlying drivers is essential to designing solutions. Legacy challenges and oversight. Past scrutiny over luxury spending and financial transparency shaped current governance structures. Investigations and public debate prompted better oversight, stricter audits, and clarified compensation policies. While legal compliance was maintained, perception remains important. Financial pressure can reignite questions about stewardship and operational choices. Operational details such as aviation facilities or high-cost infrastructure may attract attention even when justified. Maintaining transparency and clear communication becomes crucial under pressure. Lessons from the past show that public trust and accountability are fragile. Pressure amplifies the importance of governance, requiring leaders to balance operations, perception, and long-term strategy simultaneously, adapting to a new reality. The core challenge is adjusting to a rapidly evolving environment. The traditional model, built around long-form broadcast and predictable donor behavior, no longer provides the same stability. Digital engagement offers new opportunities but comes with uncertainty. Younger audiences and modern giving habits differ from those of prior generations, requiring experimentation and flexibility. Scaling down legacy infrastructure and investing in digital outreach demands careful planning. Financial adjustments, strategic innovation, and operational efficiency become priorities. The organization faces a transitional phase where old methods lose strength and new models are not yet fully established, creating temporary but significant pressure on resources and decision-making. Leadership and succession. Another dimension is leadership transition. The organization's founder remains central to its identity and public trust. Leadership succession involves both risk and opportunity. While family members and existing governance structures can provide continuity, replacing a globally recognized voice is challenging. Donors and supporters may react cautiously, particularly when coupled with financial pressure. Strategic succession planning, clear communication, and talent development are essential to maintain confidence. Balancing legacy, innovation, and new leadership is a delicate task, and the success of the organization's future depends on its ability to navigate this transition while sustaining its mission and financial stability. Strategic choices ahead. Pressure forces choices. Cost reduction, media strategy adjustments, and investment in digital platforms are all possible responses. Each path requires deliberate action and carries risks. Decisions must balance short-term survival with long-term sustainability. Maintaining mission focus while adapting operational models is critical. Even small changes can ripple through an organization, affecting engagement, reputation, and financial health. Leaders must weigh options carefully, recognizing that structural challenges will not resolve themselves. Adaptation involves experimentation, learning, and courage to pivot away from legacy methods that no longer serve the system effectively. Conclusion: signals, not predictions. Financial reports, deficits, and reduced reserves signal pressure, not inevitable collapse. Just as in life, when momentum slows, it is an invitation to examine underlying structures, assumptions, and strategies. Identifying the forces at work, media changes, donor evolution, operational costs, and leadership dependence provides the insight needed for sustainable adjustment. The organization continues to operate, fulfilling its mission and serving audiences worldwide. Understanding the story behind the numbers empowers informed choices. Whether in personal life or organizational management, recognizing pressure as a signal rather than a verdict allows for proactive, strategic action to restore balance and momentum.